Welcome to the Sibling Rivalry MMA podcast. Today we are going to preview UFC Fight Night 170 and talk about whatever else I can think of to talk about.
Yeah.
So,
and again, we have Riley with us.
Riley's here.
He was with us a couple days ago, but it's a different day now.
It's not the same day as the last podcast.
As you can see, we have different clothes on.
Back like the coronavirus, man. Never left.
God damn it.
Oh, man. That's
Damn
tough.
It. This is why everybody wanted you want to lose, because of
Never-
shit like
never
that.
around, man.
All right, well, he's not official.
That's less edgy than anything Paul said, so we're fine.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, we had a good fight last weekend. We got a good fight coming up this weekend. One thing I want to point out is all the 125-pound flyweight male fights that are coming up this weekend that you keep somehow
Let's not
thinking
talk about it.
that that's going away and they never have flyweight fights. But look at them. Look
How
at
many
them
are there?
Two.
Two.
Bruno Silva and
two.
David Dvorak.
Have you
Everybody
ever,
loves
do you-
that guy.
Do you know him? Who's he? Has he fought in the UFC before?
Big fan, big
Dude,
fan.
David Dvorak doesn't even have a profile picture.
Oh, well, you will after this fight. You just wait.
His profile picture on Google's an egg.
Okay, and
He has a Twitter egg.
and for
His
me,
only MySpace friend is Tom.
I'm gonna need you guys to shut the fuck up while I introduce Formiga, the number 2 ranked flyweight in the world, fighting Brandon Moreno, another fan favorite.
We
Two
talked
out-
about this last time.
2 out of 6. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, how many? What? It's not like they have 3 heavyweight fights every card. What are you guys talking about?
This
I
is
will
the only
refuse-
fights of the last year.
Dude, I will sit here and look at my phone if we're going to talk about flyweights, especially after they terminated Jared Brooks' contract.
Now listen to me, okay, guys?
We had an argument about this because I think they should get rid of the division.
Now look, if we can all fucking get excited about that strawweight women's fight, why the fuck can we not get excited
I
about
can name
125
more
pound
women's
guys?
strawweights than I can
Exactly,
women's
that's the whole
flyweights.
point, man. The thing is that they have belittled this division. This division in the
Okay,
UFC,
so now you're on my side.
This division... No, I'm not. This division in the UFC is worthless now because of what they've done to it, what the ownership has done to the division.
That's
and
the
so
problem.
at the end of the day, you know what? Now I'm at the point where I'm so sick and tired of hearing people talk about it because it's not going to change, and they're going to give us stuff like this on Fight Night 170. They're never going to put it on a prelim or an early prelim UFC card, dude.
What do you want?
The title fight was in Old Dominion's
Dude.
basketball gym. It's smaller than Newcastle.
The
Dude,
Ted
isn't that
Consa
fucking
Center.
crazy?
That's
He's
where
been
we
he went to school
wrestled
there.
at, dude.
Is
That's
it
where we
smaller than
wrestled.
Newcastle?
It's about the same size.
Yeah, and they didn't come close to selling it out. The tickets were $58.
That's the whole point, dude. Here's what I'm coming down to the fact
Fuck
is that it's no one else's fault but the UFC's fault.
Yeah.
But then here's the other point now that I look at it.
I did
more-
not expect you to get this fired up.
We
but
came
go
in here
on.
riled up. This is a new podcast. It's not the same day as our last one. We're not
the
drunk.
more you look at it, and here it comes from a coach's division, a coach's standpoint again.
Oh.
Like you go to the point of like, well, in high school wrestling, the 106 or in Michigan it's 103 still, right? They still use the old weight classes. People want to get rid of those.
Really?
Yeah, Michigan
know
still
that.
uses the old weight classes.
Interesting.
Fun fact: 103, 112, 19, 25, etc. But the fact of the matter is, people want to get rid of that because of the level of competitors. But the fact of the matter, like I keep saying fact of the matter, but like if you look at the Pride fighting, like there was a plethora, and especially overseas, Risen, there's a plethora of
One
these
is-
fighters.
That's what I was saying.
One
yeah,
fighting.
one.
There's a plethora of these fighters, but guess what the UFC refuses to do? They refuse to entertain. I don't know why. I can't give you a rhyme or reason
They're
why.
hating.
I can give
But
you-
at this point, I'm done with it because I'm done even discussing the argument because they're gonna continue to put fights like this on Fight Night 170, but they're not gonna extend Jared Brooks' contract
Okay.
to in
You know
order
who
to
we
enhance
should
the
have
weight
to
class.
come on this?
Too.
We should finally forgive Jared Brooks for bailing
We will.
and have him on to talk about this.
I want to
think
be
it's
on
very
that one.
important.
I want to be
We
on
will.
that one too because this is. I mean, that's the fact. I just
I'll
can't
tell
get
you
over
why
it, dude.
they have that over in Rising and 1, though. Because they're in Japan, and they have the smaller guys that can fight.
But
in
why
those weight
can't
classes.
Dana? Why can't they sign him to contracts?
Because
Dude, they
nobody
make-
cares over here.
No, dude,
they care
they
a lot
make
more in
millions.
Japan.
Yeah,
they,
it's the same thing.
They get paid much
They
better
can't
over there,
pay
so
them there.
honestly, they're better off over there.
Well, that's what people.
We should
always,
get rid of it and send them all there.
That's what people always say. Like Askren messed up by coming.
No, Askren did a good job.
Well, he did make money, but people always said that like the reason why like he was never fretting coming to the UFC is because you go over to Japan like when Askren's fighting like it's a huge deal.
Yeah.
But like if I was a flyweight, if I'm Jussier,
Formiga.
Formiga, I'm going over to 1 or
See what I'm
Risen.
saying?
Like I'm done because here's the thing.
That's the number
I
one
understand you
I
fucking
want-
casuals don't know about these guys.
number 2 guy.
I want people that want me, dude.
Yeah.
And if Dana White's not gonna put me even
No,
on
I
a freaking
agree.
early prelim or a prelim card where you can watch me on ESPN2, you can't put me on that fight. Then screw you guys,
Okay,
man.
you're
Their
right.
title fight was in Old
I agree.
Dominion's
Get rid of the
basketball
division.
gym.
Let them all go make more money. and have
Yeah,
more
this
fun
is.
over
I
there.
mean, you're holding them
But
prisoner.
like, they
Newcastle
don't-
Semi-State
Stop
sold
it,
more
stop it,
tickets
stop
than
it.
Joseph Benavidez.
They did.
But it's like also like,
It's like
those guys
10,000
probably
Newcastle.
don't want to go to Japan all the time.
I don't give a shit. Give me jet lag for 10 days, homie. If I'm gonna make,
You're not going to do it for 10 days.
And
yeah,
yes,
you are. You
if
have
you're
to go
making-
over there. The thing is, the same
6
thing with
figures?
overseas wrestlers. They why do Americans go over 2 weeks prior? Because they adjust to the time schedule.
No, yeah.
I mean that's the thing. You're gonna go
I
over there
get
for a
that.
bit. But the thing of the matter, well, I just don't get it. I just don't get
Why'd you take
why.
the Tito's from me?
Oh,
That's-
fuck, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, that's
I
an
left it
unfortunate
inside.
party foul.
I'll go get it.
That's the unfortunate part of it. The fact of the matter, since
we'll
he's
talk.
leaving, is that
We'll talk.
flyweight's irrelevant and it'll never get a big spot on the
No,
card.
I agree.
It's
So-
irrelevant in the U.S. I should say.
No, so we didn't have Brooks on the podcast, but I do remember him talking about like he was a superstar before he got in the UFC. Like they really fucking liked the smaller guys.
Look up at his interests,
Yeah.
dude. Like when he would come in the monkey mask and throw out bananas,
Yeah.
there were people like climbing over
yeah, that was awesome.
the railings for this guy because he was it was a scene, man. It's a big deal.
And like the thing is with the small guys, like we had a podcast a couple weeks ago or a week ago maybe talking about this, and I couldn't name anyone outside the top 6. Like you follow UFC pretty heavily. I'm pretty sure Formiga's ranked in the top 2, and you damn near didn't know his name. Like we don't know these guys. They don't fucking fight. They don't promote him. Like I would say even the hardcorest of fans probably have never seen Formiga fight.
All right, I gotta stop this. This is the 3rd week in a row we've been fighting about the flyweights. We gotta talk about
It's
these
over.
fights.
I'm just saying it's irrelevant.
Yeah, get rid of
It's
it.
unfortunately
Send him to one.
irrelevant.
All right.
I'm taking a shot at Tito Ortiz.
Because if you also look at it, and we're going to end it after this statement, but if you also look at it too, is the fact of the
Nobody gets a choice. Nobody can say anything after this. Go on.
the non.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, this is Russia. But the fact of the matter is that the UFC also has a non-compete agreement in their clause, depending if you negotiate that or not. Right, so these guys are stuck waiting for an assignment, waiting for a bout.
Yeah,
When places like One and Risen and back in the day when Pride before UFC bought them, these guys could fight every week if they wanted to. And make
yeah, but
money.
that's not good either.
It's not good. I'm not saying it's not good, but I'm saying the thing is they shouldn't be held captive and to get what, a prelim card on Fight Night 170.
So what you guys saying
Two top guys
is
in the world.
you don't want to talk about the main event of the prelims for Miga and Moreno. You just want to start at the main card?
Yeah, I don't even. I mean,
I have no breakdown for that. I don't know.
All right. Okay.
Could you tell me how that fight's gonna go?
I think
hey,
for me
really
it's
the
gonna
best
win.
bout would have been the middleweight bout on the prelim card that got canceled.
What was
Who's
that?
Muradov and Antonio Carlos Jr.
Ooh, he's a dog. I remember I had him in my parlay last time.
So I mean that was the one worth talking about. But as far as you go, the main card, it's
Solid.
very attractive to be honest with you.
And especially if
Due to
you're
the fact- it
like
has
ground
the-
fighting.
it has
Are you a
the-
jiu-jitsu fan.
It has the ability to be kind of like the card we watched, the main card in 248. You have the ability to watch, like, obviously we won't get 5 full fights, but all these lineups give you the ability of 5 full fights, and that's
How many
what-
fights are on this main?
I'm just.
I'm on
there's
the
just
prelims.
5. I'm just gonna
Those
go
are the
ahead
prelims.
and say this right off the bat. Looking at the main card, I like what the UFC is doing with Damian Maia.
I love it
Agreed.
too.
They have like made some good decisions with him because they're like, okay, Damian Maia, he's not gonna be the champ. We're past that. He's not gonna win those fights. Let's give him some guys that are good on the ground.
Yep.
And let's just have some fucking fun. Him and Ben Askren, obviously, great fight to make. Him and Gilbert Burns, another thing like that. It's going to be a really fun ground fighting match.
I love
I
it.
have Maya winning.
I do too.
I do too.
Big Maya
That's what.
fan.
That's yeah. Dude.
And Gilbert Burns is like, he's looking
Gilbert
good,
Burns a
man.
beast.
Gilbert Burns is a monster, but the fact I just keep looking about like you talk about going to the ground. Like that's the last person I'm going to the ground with, is Damian Maia.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
Gilbert Burns can win.
Right, Gilbert Burns can.
He's
but
probably I bet he's the
if it
favorite.
goes to the ground, write it in stone. Maia's got the dub.
I don't have the odds.
It's
but
going to the
he,
ground.
I would bet Gilbert Burns is probably the favorite. He just beat Gunnar Nelson, and he has some pretty other fucking good ones too. He beat Canadian Gangster, who actually just signed a PFL, I think, today or yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's
He
good.
did just sign PFL.
And then
That's good. I didn't know
he
that.
lost to Dan Hooker, but outside of that, he's won like 2, 3, 4,
Those are all-
5.
those are
5
not-
of his last 6.
Those are not bad losses.
And it seems like a lot of people are not wanting to fight
Good
Gilbert
loss.
Burns.
No.
He's
I mean,
been calling Gilbert Burns has been calling everybody out, and everybody's been saying no.
great grappler with some power. I mean, that's
But Damian Maia's like,
Burns is a
I'll do it. I don't give a fuck. I'll fight everybody.
I'll also throw some gasoline on the fire by saying screw Johnny Walker. Shout out Corey Anderson giving him the pause. I'm going Krylov all day.
I don't really have anything against Johnny Walker. I did want him to lose against Corey.
he
but
is
I-
a fucking douchebag.
He's a douchebag, man. Just the fact that he just always talked.
I don't even know what he
He
says.
was
I just
talking
see
a
him
lot.
moving.
I mean, he's talking a lot the whole Corey fight, and I was never impressed. And
Krylov's good though.
Krylov, I think, was the beginning of our famous lock for a loss, where I always say it's a lock and he loses.
Yeah.
I think I said he was a lock against Clover and he
Usually
lost.
when we say it's a lock,
I think that was
we're wrong.
I think that was the start.
yeah,
But last week, whenever we said it was a lock, we were right.
September 2019 sounds about when we started this podcast. I think that was like, I was like, he's a lock. Like,
Who did he
he's
fight?
Definitely beating Glover, and he lost.
yeah.
I remember that. I think that was when I started that trend that I've carried for 6 months now.
I know.
That should be a good fight though.
I know. I know who McDessie is, but I'm not very trendy on who Francisco Trinaldo is. They're in that lightweight bout.
That's actually funny because I'm the opposite.
Yeah, I know who McDessie
I know
is.
Trinaldo.
You do.
And I don't
Yeah.
really remember McDessie. Do you?
McDessie's been in the UFC forever.
He's been in a long
I
time.
mean, like, he was in the UFC since 2010.
Yeah.
I feel like we just don't. I know him. I couldn't tell you much about his game. I'm about to look at his thing. I feel
look
like
at his
he doesn't
fights.
fight a lot. He fought once in 2010, twice in 2011, twice 2012, twice 2013, once
Beat Ross
2014.
Pearson.
He doesn't fight a whole lot. He's been in the UFC for a long time, but hasn't been.
He beat
insanely active.
Trujillo.
His
Lost
biggest
to
win is
Venata.
he beat Abel Trujillo, NAI All-American.
He got knocked out by Venata in 1 minute and 40
He
seconds.
beat Ross Pearson. So he's on a decent win streak, but he doesn't fight much. In the last few years, he's fought once a year.
Cerrone too.
He lost to
didn't
Yancey.
Yeah,
he lost to
he lost to-
Cerrone.
He got beat by Cerrone, didn't he?
Yeah. But the last 3
Um,
years, he's fought like once a year and won. So
That's why I know him, is because Cerrone.
Trinaldo's doing pretty well. recently, right?
Trinaldo's been doing pretty well. Yeah, he lost to Hernandez.
Who did he just beat? Bobby Green?
Yeah, he beat Bobby Green.
That's a good win. He beat Evan Dunham. That's a good one. That's a good
Lost
fight.
to James Vick. Yeah, lost to Kevin Lee, beat Jim Miller. Yeah, that's a tough one looking at their record, but I'm still taking Trinaldo.
I mean, what about Oliveira's going up a weight class, right? Or no, is adjusting to going up a weight class?
He's been at 155 for his last couple fights and looked really good.
And
But
now
he hasn't
he's
fought
going-
anyone like Kevin
But
Lee
he's
yet.
going up to 170, right? To fight Lee, or is Lee?
No, Lee
Wait,
Lee's coming
Lee
out.
went
You guys,
back
did you
down.
guys just skip to the main event? Out of
I'm
nowhere
sorry,
like
I
that?
just got distracted. I'm
I
sorry,
thought we were
I'm
still
sorry.
talking about
We are.
fucking the first fight.
We are. I'm
We're
sorry.
not on the first fight, are we?
Yeah, Trinaldo.
That's the first fight on the
Trinaldo
main
and McDessie
on the
is
main
first fight.
card.
I got McDessie.
Well, we already talked about Walker.
I got.
We're not gonna talk about,
So okay, yeah.
Mokiana.
You're right. We'll go back to McDessie.
Well, just we gotta have a little bit
Right, I
of transition.
get it.
You
We're
know,
not,
this is
we're not drunk at all.
This is a podcast. This is professional.
I know. I'm sorry.
This is not professional. This is the least professional podcast of all time.
Or straighten my call.
We recorded.
Yeah, look sharp.
We recorded 10 minutes ago. Went and changed our clothes and did it again. So that was not the next day.
Same pajamas though,
Fake
flip
news.
flops.
I didn't have a vest on before this.
But anyway, anybody have anything to say about the Renato Moicano and Tamir? I don't know that guy.
So
I know Moicano.
Well, first I'm going back.
But I might be saying that
I'm
wrong.
taking McDessie.
Yeah, he's good.
I'm going back. I'm taking McDessie. I'm guessing you guys are taking Trinaldo.
I'm taking Trinaldo.
And I'm taking Walker.
Really?
Walker and Krylov, I'm not sure.
I'm taking Krylov just
Dude,
because I don't like Johnny Walker. and he
Before the
doesn't have
Walker
my
Corey
respect.
fight, you would have taken Walker.
Probably.
I think they're both kind of like on
Probably.
the same level.
He got hit. He got hit.
I
I've
like
been hit
him.
one time.
He's young. He's spunky. He talks trash. I like him, but just because Corey Anderson didn't like him, and Corey Anderson beat the brakes off of him. I got respect for Corey Anderson. So I'm
yeah, me too.
Why?
But like Walker and Kralov, I think they're kind of on the same level, so I don't know who'll win. I'm gonna have to think about that one a
Dude,
little more.
I'm pretty sure Glover beat him on the ground.
Yeah, he did. He TKO.
It says decision, but I thought he did too.
I don't know. I'm gonna take Moicano. I don't really know the other guy. I'll take Maia. Gilbert can win that fight, but I'm gonna take Maia.
Fuck, I don't know now. I said Maia, but I don't know. I think I'm taking Gilbert Burns.
That's a tough one.
Because, okay, can Damian Maia take Gilbert Burns down?
Yeah,
I say no.
he can.
Maya can without a doubt.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Gilbert Burns pieces him on the feet.
That's definitely possible. He's definitely better stand up,
Damian Maia doesn't have great takedowns.
but he gets people to the ground. He has weird
Ben Askren
takedowns.
took him to the ground.
Yeah, but he is. There's a lot of fights to look back on Maia, and he gets people to the ground somehow.
I'm going to look it up because I disagree with you.
While he's looking that
He
up.
has like awkward takedowns that work.
Okay.
While he's looking that up, looking at the Moicano and Hadzovic fight, has to be the most lopsided UFC assignment I've ever seen in my life.
Why you say that?
I know Moicano's a monster, and I don't know this other.
Right. No, let me listen. Let me give you Damir Hadzovic's professional mixed martial arts. who
You
he's
do that,
fought.
and I'll look up the odds.
Okay. So, Alan Briefkani, Tim Waji, Michael Hojermark, Zazarlov Porborsky. He lost to Andreas Stahl.
The best part is
He lost to Christoph Joko.
He lost to
He's
Joko,
good.
dude. And then he rattles off some victories here.
just keep saying all these names that I know you're not saying right.
Because
Matej Truhan, Nick Osei,
and
Thibault Kaluli.
and Steven Jackson.
No, listen, it's John McGuire,
Perfect.
Martin Delaney, Ivan Mersado. I know Mersado. Marbek Sayumov.
Are these all in the UFC?
Yeah, no, these are just professional.
okay.
Now they're in the UFC.
So the
Where they're
UFC starts now. Saimurov, he lost to. He beat Marcin Held.
That's a good win.
Alan Patrick, he got beat by.
Don't know.
Nick Hine, he beat in UFC.
know.
The Shogun Smith. This is 18, man. He hasn't fought since June 1 of 19. He got beat by Christos Gallegos and the Gustafson Smith.
Yeah. So Moicano should win.
Moicano
Moicano-
should beat the brakes off of this guy.
I just looked. He's the biggest favorite on the card.
Yeah, should
Minus
be.
350.
Fair.
That's extremely
But,
fair.
I'm looking at Gilbert Burns, right, or Maia, because we said Maia.
Maia's an underdog.
Maia can take people down, right? Well, before he beat Askren, who he didn't take down, he beat Anthony Rocco Martin.
Okay.
He beat Lehman Good. Then he lost to Usman, who obviously he didn't take down. Usman's the shit. 17, he lost to Colby. Obviously, you're not taking Colby down. He lost to Woodley. Obviously, you're not taking Woodley down. Woodley down. And he beat Masvidal, who he actually did take down twice, I think.
Yeah.
So he might be able to, but I don't. I mean,
Gilbert Burns is definitely probably.
Burns has good grappling, good wrestling, and he's a short, stocky motherfucker. Those guys are hard to take down.
Comes back to a game plan, man.
Yeah, Maia has a good game plan, and he is able to get people that are better at stopping takedowns
I'm
and
all about
wrestling
the
than
veteran.
him.
I'm
He
with
shoots
Brennan.
bad single legs and gets them, and if they can't wrestle, he gets them down. If not, he loses.
But you're talking me out of it though, honestly. Like
I mean, I'm staying Maya. I mean,
I don't know who I'm gonna pick yet. I'm gonna
take
still
Gilbert
think about
Burns,
it.
That's fine.
But Maia plus 170, not a bad bet.
It's a great bet for the parlay.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 170 on Damian Maia is a good bet.
I'll just go through some of the odds here. Walker's minus 150, Maia's plus 170.
What's Trinaldo?
Formiga minus 166.
No one cares. Trinaldo.
Okay. Trinaldo is minus 166. Same odds. Do you care now? No? Don't care.
Nobody cares about 125.
It's actually a name, Magdesi and Trinaldo. I mean,
Oh yeah, biggest names in the sport.
Who's Forniga?
Biggest names in the fucking sport.
Forniga. Is that a sports car?
Trinaldo.
Forniga?
Trinaldo sounds slow. Kevin Lee and
Like
Charles
face.
Oliveira really fucking slept on fight.
I got
Right?
Lee.
You guys agree?
I got Lee.
That's a great
That's
fucking
the
fight.
shit.
That's a great fight, man.
We're
We
about
haven't
to see if
talked
Kevin
about it
Lee's
once because
legit or
we've been
not.
trying to lead up to it.
Explosion versus technician.
Kevin Lee minus 130, Oliveira plus 112, pretty much even. Great fight. Oliveira, I think actually both these guys are underrated, but depending on who you ask, Kevin Lee's overrated.
Agreed. Yeah. If you're Chael Sonnen, Kevin Lee's the greatest fighter in the world. If anyone else, I don't know. Yeah, it is kind of like that. A lot of people think he sucks. A lot of people think he's the next big thing. It's like,
Kevin Lee's a freak.
I do think he has. He
a
definitely has the potential to be the next big thing.
he changes. I change my mind
Me too.
all the time.
But like,
Right now, I think he's great.
He's a freak, man. I'm just saying.
I think he changes his mind all the time.
We go back to, like, we talk about the old days, like, what was if Chuck Liddell didn't land an overhand left or an overhand right, like, I mean, like, he was out. I mean, but Kevin Lee gives you that excitement. He's a freak athlete. He's explosive, and you don't know what's going to happen.
He's still young. He's had some tough
evolving.
losses. He's just like, he really is a good fighter, and he
super
just
young in his
he just
career.
has some like he's just had little
He's
mistakes.
like 26.
He's only 27, man. I mean,
That
like, he's
cost him.
and he's already fought 23 professional bouts at the age of 27. I mean,
So-
the dude's got. I mean, you got to think on this scale, he's got at least another 5 years.
Fun little fact here. You guys know Jeremy Haskett. When he fought amateur, the main event for one of his amateur fights was Kevin Lee was the fucking main event.
No way.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking crazy. It was in Michigan. Because he's Motom Phenom. He's from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So he started off super hot, talking shit, taking people down, using his wrestling, beat Michael Chiesa. It was controversial, but he would have won if the ref didn't stop that, obviously. I think he would have choked him out. So he got that win, and then he lost to Tony Ferguson for the interim belt. But he looked fucking great, was taking him down, like winning the exchanges.
His striking against Ferguson was what impressed me.
And then he got tired and got choked out, but everyone does that against Tony. And then he lost to Iaquinta, which I fucking thought he would lose. Iaquinta is a horrible matchup for him, a great boxer with good wrestling defense. And then he comes back, he starts training with Firas Zahabi, the fucking man, trained GSP, doesn't train a lot of people. And he head kicks Gregor Gillespie. He's probably the best pure wrestler in the division, NCAA champ at, I think, Edinburgh.
He's a three-time All-American, NCAA champ as a junior. He got third or fourth as a senior at Edinburgh. He was he beat Jordan Lean from Cornell to win. I was at that national tournament. Gregor is, well, when you said, Gregor was also undefeated. Gregor hadn't even had
I thought Gregor would win that fight.
Yeah.
I lost money on that one, but then again, I'm obviously a wrestler, and I'm not Kevin Lee knows wrestling, but like you said,
Kevin Lee was an All-American in
is it D2?
not D1, something. It was
D2,
probably
I thought.
D2. I don't remember. But either way, he knocked out Gregor Gillespie with one of the most impressive
Yeah,
head
that
kick
was
That head
knockouts
kick.
you will ever see.
I think we all picked Gregor.
And you got to give credit there to him training with Firas Zahabi, obviously, like, immediately changing his striking. So I'm gonna go with Kevin
Grand
Lee.
Valley State. Yeah, he was D2.
I'm gonna go with Kevin Lee.
Let me talk about Oliveira a little bit, since you guys just sucked Kevin Lee's dick all the way
I was
home.
about to, motherfucker.
I know, but I have to say some
Oliveira
things,
isn't a
too.
Slouch. I'm just going with Lee due to the fact of pure freaking danger on all aspects of the mat.
Kevin Lee's record 28-8-0 with 1 no contest. He have the record for submissions?
I thought he was 18-5.
You mean Oliveira?
Oliveira, yeah.
He's
okay,
up there.
That's what I'm talking about. Oliveira, 28-8-0.
Oliveira was 28-0.
I think he has record for submissions. Moved to lightweight in 2017. Only has 1 loss, and it was his first fight at lightweight. Or no, it was his second fight at lightweight. Sorry, it was against Paul Felder. He was one of the guys that put Will Brooks out of the UFC as soon as he got in. Will Brooks was like the next big thing coming in, huge signing, and
How
he
big of a
got
win is
put
that
out
there?
pretty
He
quick.
went like 0-3 in the UFC.
Well, he submitted in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. He got knocked out by Paul Felder. Then, since then, he's beat Guida, Christos Giagos, Jim Miller, Jared Gordon, Nick Lentz. I think he's beat him twice now. David Tamer, he submitted him in the second round, which that guy was on the come up too. Now he's got Kevin Lee. So he's been doing great at lightweight.
Not impressed by any of those. It's like I was
That's
going,
since he's come to lightweight.
It's like I was going through.
Those are all old grapplers.
Was I going through Demir Hadzivic's record?
He beat a bunch of old guys that are good on the
Yeah,
mat.
congratulations. You beat Clay Guida.
Is Charles Oliveira... Obviously, Charles Oliveira's only way to win is submission. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Is he going to take Kevin Lee down?
No.
No, I'm gonna take Kevin Lee too. I just had to put some respect on his name.
No, he's a beast. Charles
Yeah, he's
Oliveira,
good, but he'll never contend for.
one of the best jiu-jitsu guys probably in UFC history, to be honest. But if he can't get to the ground, he's not going to win. Kevin Lee is much better wrestling, much better striking. I would probably go Kevin Lee by TKO or knockout. I think he's probably just going to beat his ass on the feet. If Kevin Lee takes him to the ground, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, if it goes to the ground, it could be a long, drug out fight. Like now, like the more we go through these fights, like at first, like yeah, these are really good, and then like I'm like,
It's a very
grappling
interesting
heavy
fight.
it's a very interesting card. It's what.
Well, it's in Brazil, so they were like, let's get all this jiu-jitsu shit.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and now the Brazilians are going to boo.
Most of the
No, they're not gonna boo.
Most
It
of the
doesn't matter what the
fights-
Brazilians do because the judges are already gonna fucking.
Yeah, so just give it to him.
Johnny Walker's gonna start each round up 2 on the scorecard.
Yeah, another thing we were talking about. We just talked about this on the last podcast a couple of days ago. Yeah, you got to know where you're at, and you got to know the judges are not gonna be on your side all the time. You got to be aware of that stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what, like it goes back to the Maya situation. Like you gotta have a game plan, old buddy. Like, what are you gonna do?
Maya's always good with game plans. Though.
I mean, he just has to get to the ground. If he can, he's going to lose.
Do you really think that?
Yeah, and I don't think he will be able to get to the ground. Gilbert Burns can wrestle, and
So you're putting
he's a
money.
short,
You're
stocky
putting money
dude.
down today. You're betting on Burns.
Yeah. You know how hard those fucking short, strong motherfuckers are to take down, dude? Fuck that. And this Damian Bay can't wrestle. Motherfucker's 5'8", 170. He ain't taking that dude down.
I'll put my parlay out later this week. I don't know who I'm gonna pick yet.
I'm doing Lee, Burns, Moicano, Walker, Trinaldo on the main card.
Let me just make my picks right now.
I don't see any of those changing for me.
Trinaldo, I don't know about Walker and Krylov. I gotta think about that. Moicano for sure. I think Burns will probably beat Maya, and I'm gonna take Kevin Lee.
Change your mind, huh?
Yeah. I don't know though. I don't know. That's another one I'm gonna think about. Right now I'm thinking Burns, but I gotta look at that a little more.
They've got me convinced on Trinaldo.
Yeah.
I'll take Trinaldo. I'm gonna take Nikita Krylov over Walker. I mean Moicano without a doubt. I mean just looking at his track record over Hadzovic. Not taking Burns. I'm going Maya.
I don't think either way is really a bad pick.
No, but I mean if you're considering a parlay,
That's what I was gonna do. I think I'm gonna bet on Maya.
I'd
no
leave
matter
them
what.
out.
Maya's underdog, right?
Yeah,
But-
I'm gonna put Maya in a parlay.
But I would, if that was then I'm going Lee over Oliveira. There's no way he gets to the ground. If he
No,
does,
I
he's
don't
an
think.
idiot.
Yeah, I mean, the only way Lee loses that fight is if he puts himself in the ground.
You never know with Lee though, man. He could He could take like 3 good shots and be like, ugh, and go for a takedown. I can definitely see it happen. I can see him just taking a few good shots.
I think he'll be different. with
panicking,
Sahabi.
going for a takedown.
He'll be different with Faraz Sahabi in his corner.
You never know. That might just be what he is. But we'll see. I'm excited to find out.
Yeah.
I think it's a good card.
Grappling heavy. If you're a grappling fan, you'll love it. If not, you'll probably hate it.
Yeah, it's funny all these fights, all these cards that were like, oh, this card sucks, and then this one comes and we're like, oh, it's a good fucking card.
Because I like watching
That's why, like I
these.
said, like originally, like at a first glance, you go, this has the potential to go the length every bout on the main card. Then again, I don't know about anything about the 4 flyweights that are on the prelim. But
Great fighters.
Those will probably be good fights.
They're
but-
gonna be fucking good fights. Why the fuck
One of the
are we
dudes
so
said-
excited to watch a 115-pound girls fight? Which I am.
Because
but
they
not-
have better fights.
because of straight proof, man. Tell me a fight that Mighty Mouse was in that was equivalent to what you saw between Zhang and Joanna.
I liked watching him fight Cejudo. It was a good fight. I
That
liked
fight was
watching.
boring as fuck. We liked it
boring
because
as hell.
because we were excited Cejudo won.
Henry Cejudo, man.
I liked watching him fucking fly through the air and armbar
That was
that
cool.
poor guy.
Ray Borg.
coolest fucking.
Right.
That
Awesome
guy,
mission.
exactly.
Exactly.
My point.
I know who
that
Ray Borg
guy.
is. I know who Ray Borg is.
I know we're not saying that, but I'm saying you had to say that guy.
I couldn't think of it, but
If
I'm
it
drunk.
was John Jones, you would have said John Jones. If it was Stipe Miocic.
Well,
you would've
yeah,
said
I'm
Stipe
sorry,
Miocic.
Demetrius Johnson didn't flying over fucking John.
Right,
Jones.
because it's a watered down weight class.
Because it's
and we
physically
keep it
impossible. His
Well,
arm's too
all right,
long.
How did Ray Borg do after that fight? Did he win another fucking fight?
No, he's
Casey
strictly-
Kenny beat
He
him.
strictly does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournaments now.
I gotta go pee.
He's well, we're about to end this. I'll end it without you.
No. There you go, I don't care.
Yeah, we don't need you.
Bye.
But flyweight division, fuck that. Shout out to Big Heads Media putting us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher. We did another podcast this week doing a recap of Adesanya Romero, Zhang versus Joanna. Go check that one out. That was before we were hammered. Probably a lot better than this one. Or maybe a lot worse. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah. Stay tuned. Check out our Twitter. We'll probably put out some parlays, like more in-depth parlays. I know Brennan has won probably like 5 of his last 6, and last week I picked.
He's been on a roll.
Yeah, last week I picked 9 out of 9 fights right on the prelims and main cards. So if you're trying to win some money, check out our predictions and all that stuff, and we'll see you guys next episode.